So, hello everyone, welcome back. Or I can say fellow scratchers. Today it is part 3 of our 3D maze. So, this is what we made for progress over here. Till now, let's take a run through of what we made yesterday and day before yesterday. The dynamic duo. Oops, I forgot to hide this. Don't worry, that will be hidden. So we made this start button like this. And we made this maze. But the coding we did was not working and the sprite was not going into it. So for the solution is there. We made a script in which the player would move, but we were not able to move the player. So for that, we're gonna add a forever block in this. And let's try it now. Let's see now. Oh, yay! That works now. It works now. Quite nice. I can get out of this. And you see that the script and the hitbox that we added had worked very nice. It's quite nice. We can just go like this. And the script, this script over here, if it is touching the level, then the change Y and X position will just glide through it. You see that? Right? Like this. Quite nice. Very nice. Quite nice. Now we have done all the coding for the player sprite. You can see there are 77 blocks right here. So now we're gonna make a new sprite. The sprite will be a new paint sprite. That will be a raycaster. All the scripts will be in only the raycaster sprites. So let's make one. So it'll only be a 4x4. So we're gonna take the rectangle tool. I love to take the gradient fill. I'm gonna take that. This kind of color, well, red, pure. Yellow, pure. Let's start. Holding the shift key. We'll make a nice square. It's of 8 by 8. Let's zoom in. Holding the shift key. So this would be a raycaster. Okay. So this is the script that we'll add in the raycaster sprite and name this as the raycaster. This is the first script, the when flag click script. So make sure that the raycaster is in a square form and it is a 4x4. You can see over here, right? In the raycaster, 4x4. And make sure it snaps in the middle. Yeah, like that. Simple. So I'm gonna come back in the code and we need the main projection of the screen. So let's make that. But first, we have to make a 3D projection. So for that, we're going to utilize the pen extension. This one. Let me show you again. The bottom left corner will be an add extension button, and we'll click on the second one, which will be the pen extension. So here, a new set of blocks to play with. Very nice. I love it. So we're gonna not use this, but we're gonna make a new custom block first, which will be named as Raycast. I'm gonna run without the screen, refresh, and click on OK. Okay, now we have this define Raycast block over here. Now I want to make a new variable which will be named as the X. X for all sprites. Okay, we have this X. I mean, not for all the sprites, for only this sprite. I'm going to delete the X and make a new one for this sprite only. Okay, Raycaster X. Or you can even just have a little bit of helping sensation. Oops, I got to the wrong tab. Sorry about that. I just made another mistake. This is actually for all sprites. So delete it again. So sorry for that. Delete the X variable, make an X for all the sprites. Yep, that's how we should do. Now I'm gonna set the X. I'm gonna set the X to with a multiplication, sorry, a subtraction block in. I'm gonna add 240 because Scratch's display screen is 240 pixels wide. And we're gonna add the res with the division block inside of the subtraction block. I'm gonna add a res in here. Add a res right here and a 2 right here. Now we're gonna make a new variable which we named as scanlines for this sprite only. Okay, we're gonna set the the scanlines to 480 divided by res. 480 divided by the res. 480 divided by the res variable. Nice. Now we're gonna add a repeatable. We're gonna get a repeat block. Not repeat until a repeat 10 block. In the 10, we're gonna add scan lines. Right like this. Right here. And then we're gonna add a point in direction block. Point in direction with a an addition block. An addition block. And we're gonna add camera door here. We're gonna add the atan. Going to operators, the last block of the operators. Abs is for a tan of x divided by dv of x divided by dv. Make sure that x is in the first one and dv is in the second, because in division, if they get anyone mixed, they can cause a very big problem. So make sure of that. So right now, I am going to make a new block. A new block. The new block will be. It's quite long, but I'm sure you can do it. Make draw by an input type another label with at x, then an input with x with a label distance with an input distance. So it's quite long. Just look at it and you can copy. One without the screen refresh. Click on OK. Now we've got this script over here. I'm gonna make 3 lists. Those lists are going to be draw type for all sprites, draw type, draw x for all sprites, and draw dist for distance. Draw dist also for all sprites. Now we're gonna take the define draw or draw type at x block and get 3 of these add thing to blocks from the list. And I'm gonna add each. Draw type, draw x, and draw a dist. In the first draw type, we're gonna add the type and then the draw x to the x and the draw dist to distance. Now I'm gonna take an if condition like this and take a greater than block, and in the first one let's add the item of. I'm gonna add the item 1 of any. Okay, and I'm gonna add the subtraction block. Adding the subtraction block inside of here. I'm gonna make a new variable which will be draw index. It's gonna be draw index. Oops, what's happening with me? Oh, I forgot. I'm in the wrong position again. Oh, quite clumsy. Oh, I cannot go to back. All right. Draw. Sorry. Draw index for all the sprites. Now I'm gonna add the draw index over here and add 1 over here. We're gonna add the distance right over here in the plate. Now I'm gonna add change the draw index. Change the draw index by 1. But if we have the if condition right here, if not the if condition but a repeat until, we're gonna add the same script which is over here, but we're gonna take a less than block this time. Less than, and copy, duplicate the script and put it in here, and just put another distance block, and then change the draw index by -1. Draw index by -1. Okay, so now we're gonna come over to a new block which will be a define single ray block. Define, single ray. We're gonna run without the screen refresh. Click on OK. So we have a brand new block. Let's dive into it. Now we're gonna go to the motions block Get a go to player block. The player block. Or the player sprite, sorry. I'm gonna add a repeat until. Let's add two of them. Repeat until. Touching the level. Let's repeat until touching level. Not level color, level. Then we have to move 2 steps. Take the move 2 steps. Now, if we are touching the level, then it should bounce back. But if we are not touching the level, then move minus 0.5 steps. So let's add that. Touching level. Operators, not. Put this right here. If not touching level, then move minus 0.5 steps. Move minus 0.5 0.25 0.5 steps. Okay, now we're gonna make a new block, which will be distance, not block, a variable for this byte only. Okay, now I'm gonna go to set distance to player. Go to take this block. We're gonna add the player of the distance. Oh, sorry, this is not the block. This one. Distance to player. Now we're gonna add another set distance. Set the distance to a multiplication. By multiplication by the distance. The distance multiplied by the cos of distance subtracted by the camera by the distance in the motions block, sorry, not direction, sorry, direction subtract by the camera here. Now let's add an if then else condition beneath if then else. Then if touching level color, if we are touching the level color, not level color, then we're gonna go to the my block section and take out this draw at part and snap in the first one. We're gonna take 58. I'm gonna take 58. Okay, 58. Add the x by the distance. I'm gonna add the distance over here, and then we're gonna add the same here. Adds the duplicate. The 53. 53. Ta Now we have to come back to the define raycast script. Define raycast script. We're gonna add a single ray block beneath the pointing direction, and then the change x by the res. Change x by res. Now let's come to another block, which will add all the brightnesses. We're gonna come to the events block and say when I receive the raycast. the raycast that we broadcasted in the player sprite. Now we have made a block which is raycast. So the first block should be the raycast. Raycast. Okay. I'm gonna go to the pen block and go to the set pen brightness. We're gonna set the pen brightness to a subtraction block. Yeah, it's quite, weird because in a pen extension there is also math. So, but if you want to do it, we have to do hard work. Now I want to add the division block. A division block by distance divided by 1.7. You can play with these numbers later on. Now I'm going to add to a set height variable. HEIGHT height variable. For all sprites, you will have a height variable. Oh, we are not getting the height variable. You see? Not getting any height. We did get it here, but we did not get it here. Hmm. Hmm. Let's add the set the height. Let's set the height to 10 by the multiplication. 10 multiply by 10 multiply by dv divided by the distance. Divide dv by the distance. Now let's save this right now. Save to your computer. Desktop. Save. Now let's close this. Let's leave this right here and open another Scratch. Scratch 3. Let's open it again. Because the height block was not showing, so I had to save it and then refresh. Now let's open it. Load from your computer. Uh-oh, I did not. Yes, I did actually. We gotta find. Very fiddle. Here we go. Let's open this. Come back to the Raycaster sprite. Let's see if we have the height variable. Yes, we have it. So let's continue with the when I receive Raycaster sprite. Okay. So let's look at it right here. So let's add the other